A few things that about me that aren't typically on paper is that I've actually done ballet, musical theater, and choral competitions when I was younger. I'm also raised by two gay men, so you can just imagine how ecstatic they are, knowing that their only daughter is very much interested in pageantry. And I also have a pageant sister actually in India, and she's also vying for her country's crown. So we're really, really hoping to see each other again on the international stage.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
I think that the pandemic has definitely challenged everyone because it changed the way that we live our everyday lives. And so although it may have been challenging, I think that it's also refreshing because it gave us a new perspective as to how we can go about doing things.
Thank you, Nadine.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Beatriz Luigi Gomez. I'm 26 years old and I'm from Cebu City. I love sports and my favorite game is volleyball. And when I have a free time, I go to the beach and I do scuba diving. And when I want to spice up my workouts, I do a few rounds of boxing, and I do most of these things with my girlfriend, Kate. We've been together for 6 years, going 7 in a few months. And in the height of the pandemic last year, we adopted a Pusang Pinoy and we named him after a chocolate bar. His name is Twix, and I'm very obsessed with my cat.
Lastly, how has the pandemic challenged you?
The pandemic really did challenge, especially my mental health in the past year and this year. I struggled a lot and I wanted to overcome all of those weaknesses, especially my social anxiety. I had overcome it in Binibining, Cebu. And when we were in a lockdown, I was forced to retract from society again. And now I'm glad to be able to be in front of everyone again through Miss Universe Philippines.
Thank you so much, Bea.
Hi, I am Megan Julia Roadigal, 25 years old from the province of Bukidnon. I have been working as an OFW for 3 years in Phuket, Thailand as a marketing and communications coordinator at a hotel. So when I'm not working, I love to surf and surf skating, also eating. And a few lessons that I have learned living the island life include being grateful, living in the moment, and making the most out of the situations that life gives you. Just like right now, I am in quarantine, but I am making the most out of the very limited resources that I have. Also, aside from being very spontaneous, it has taught me to be determined and persistent.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
This pandemic has indeed brought a lot of challenges and hurdles to me. However, it has made me stronger, more resilient, and more persistent. And it made me be a beacon of hope to the people around me, especially now in this situation. I was able to get out of Thailand and find a way to make it here to the Philippines, despite all the protocols and changes in rules and the canceled flights. It has been like a story of hope for everybody out there.
Thank you, Meg.
Hi, I'm Isabel de los Santos. Most people call me Isa, so I'll be using my nickname to introduce myself today. So for interested, I'm always interested to try new things and experiences, which is why I joined Miss Universe Philippines 2021. This is actually my first pageant in my whole entire life. S for Saranghe, I love Korean drama. I started watching last year actually, and it has been a black hole since then. And because of my love for them, I learned Basic 1 Korean. A for authentic. So what you see is the real me, and I hope to enjoy this Miss Universe journey being my true authentic self. So that's me, and I'm Isa.
Lastly, how has the pandemic challenged you?
Okay, so the pandemic has challenged me to become a better and more strategic person, especially in the workplace. So as HR, I'm used to face-to-face assessments, interviews, and engagements. And of course, we had to adapt and learn new ways of working. So I had to, shift and pivot my work into the virtual format. So because of that, I became more resourceful and adaptable to the current situation. But yes, definitely everyone can relate that it has been.
Thank you, Isa.
Hi everyone, my name is Rosane Marie Bernos and I'm the first daughter, first granddaughter, and first niece in both sides of my family. So no pressure, But growing up, I had to do a lot of trial and error trying to figure out what I wanted to be. So in the last 10 years, I have been an interior design major, English major, working student, writer, freelancer, content creator, entrepreneur, English teacher in Spain, and now also a beauty queen. So I like to think that I'm more than just a jack of all trades, master of none. I'm also a very determined person with a lot of good stories to tell. It's nice to meet you.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
The pandemic has made me realize how fast and short life is and how helpless we can be if the basics are taken away from us. And so I really learned to value the people in my life, care for them better, and connect with them better, for sure.
Thank you.
My name is Ingrid Santamaria, but I also go by Sam. I'm a 25-year-old corporate professional, and I graduated cum laude with a degree in communications at De La Salle University. I come from a big family, so I was always raised to be sociable at a young age. And I think that's where my love for community started. I also love to travel and explore new cultures. I love the sun and the sea, and the beach is my happy place. I've played many roles in my life. I've been a leader, an athlete, and a writer. I've worked in marketing, PR, and e-commerce, and now I find myself in the world of pageantry. I'm somebody who faces challenges head on, and this journey marks the beginning of my transformation into a phenomenal woman.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
Well, being stuck alone in this pandemic, I really had to learn to look inward. I've had to learn to love myself and to fully take care of myself. And it's allowed me to become in tune with my passions and hobbies. And I've even written down some goals and plans for the future. And these things were things that I just enjoyed from the day to day. But now I'm a woman who doesn't second.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Victoria Velasquez Vincent, representing my beloved Cavite. I am an architect and a heritage conservationist, and aside from being a lover of all things visually creative, I'm also a lover of poetry and anything underrated. So whether it be the food that people typically don't like or the places less traveled, you will always find me going against the grain. I am a Virgo, and the epitome of a Virgo at that, which means I'm obsessed with being organized and solving problems and nurturing the growth of those around me. Fun fact, you will never find anyone with a better memory than me. Whether it's your birthday, your phone number, or what I had for Christmas lunch in 2012, you best believe I will never forget it.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
Above all else, the pandemic has challenged me in a way that has made me both stronger and more independent. I spent the first year of the pandemic in New Zealand and had the privilege of having that safety and security, but I still chose to sacrifice all of those things and relocate to the Philippines in January. And if there's anything that journey's taught me, it's that you might need to make some sacrifices along the way, and you might need to give up on so many things and let go of so many things in your life, but you should never let anything, not even a worldwide pandemic, get in the way of your dreams.
Thank you so much, Victoria.